Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Workers and Resources. Today we've got 3 areas to work on. I'm hoping by the end of this video we can get all 3 of those areas good. We're noticing also these little buildings here are really cold, so we'll have to look at that and figure out why. But in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to get a second heating place set up, and I think I'm going to do it over here. It's far enough away from these guys to where we don't pollute, I think. It's possible I need to go across the tracks. I thought about also putting it over here, which might be a better idea too, just to get it a little bit further away from this. Then, actually, before I forget, because this is actually concerning. I'm just now noticing this, and I need to figure out what's going on here. We have a heat. Where would you get your heat? Yeah, from this. So this is at 190%. So I need to have another connection with this. I think what I might do is 190%. Okay, tell you what, let's put in another heat exchanger because we're going to be expanding this area anyway. So like I'm going to be getting more buildings over here and stuff. So we're going to need another heat exchanger. And I'm going to put it, I think, like right here. This should take a lot of the load off of that. So I'm going to maybe put it like... No, we're going to be expanding this direction. So can I fit this here? No? It's going to have to be here then. All right, we're going to put it right here. And we'll get it over here as far as we can. It'll be about... Let's build this with rubles. We're going to focus on heat today. I want it completely done. I don't want to ever have to worry about heat again, at least in the areas that are already built. So we're going to go like this. And I'm going to put just a quick dirt road like... Well, okay, I thought I was going to do it, but apparently not. Hello? Dirt road? Okay, I guess we're going really far away. What is this S-curve you're making here? You just really don't want to go around that tree or what? You just don't want to go through that tree. I guess. That tree was very persistent. Now, to get this, I'm going to have to spend some money. We're spending a lot of money today. Okay, I think we're spending a lot of money today. It's possible we can get around spending a lot of money. So I want to have another 300-meter pipe, and we're going to go straight across all the way down over here. And you need to connect to that one right there, don't I? So it looks to me like we'll go... Apparently, it's not going to let me... Yeah, straight through here, please. I gotta have to go down underneath here. So go like maybe... That's so weird that it won't snap to this. Like, why? Just snap to this pipe. Yeah. Just keep... Oh, that pipe crosses. Interesting. Well, here, let's try this then. There we go. Just snap to this pipe, please, and go all the way across. Yep, follow it all the way over here. Perfect. 657 meters. I'm really hoping that we can get it to maybe come underneath. Let's actually go lower here. Can I go across this? Yeah. And then, come on. When you get near the train tracks, it's really finicky. Okay, we're going to need another pipe. We're going to need another pump, I mean. I was hoping we didn't need a pump, but we've needed a pump for pretty much everything before this, so it makes sense. All right, so let's get a pump, and we'll put this right about here, let's say. So let's back this up just a tad and bring this to there, and then this will take it to where it needs to go, which is right there. I need to go underneath the ground a little bit more. Get underneath these... Yeah, these tracks. They're really... You gotta get under them. Okay, so this should provide enough heat, I would think, to cover the rest of this, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So we'll come back to that. Over here, we're gonna have another heat set up, and this is gonna be, getting coal deliveries and all that stuff. So I'm gonna say that we would like. Should we work backwards? I think the train is less flexible. Like where the train can come in is less flexible. To bring the coal. I'm actually thinking I want the coal brought in the back. You know what? Let's do that. Let's say the coal is brought in the back. So we will say that right about here's a good spot. We got to make sure that we're using the tracks. Also, which direction is this train coming from? That matters too, I think. I might need to move some of these electrical wires. We'll see. Let's put this like let's work in a sensible way. Okay, the train is less flexible. We just said that. So let's do aggregate unloading. Okay. So we would want this to be right about here. Should be good. Let's call it here. This is where the train will unload. Okay. Now from there, we're gonna want small aggregate storage. Can go about like this, I guess. And how many got close enough to the people? Yeah, how about here? And then the heating plant can be. We're gonna use it. We're gonna do a big one. It just makes the most sense to me. We'll do a big one, and I was kind of hoping maybe to have the outputs facing the correct way. This is close enough. Is it close enough? I feel like it is. It's just not connecting to. There it goes. Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It's okay. I think that's far enough away from all the people and stuff too. Okay, we're gonna let that be a thing. So what I want is for us to get a trolley stop. And we're gonna say the trolley stop. I'm gonna say it's right here on this side of the tracks, actually. We're gonna pull this back. Oh, there's already a train using it? Really? All right, well, we have to let this stuff build anyway, so. Where is it? You. Come on. Come on. Let me do it. Oh, you stink, game. You stink, video game. It's that train, that trolley way over there, I think, is why it won't do it. Come on. Man. I want this here. I could put it here, but I could put it here too. I wonder if it'll fit here. If I pull you back and then stick this trolley stop, can I stick it right here? Man, no, I can't. All right, I really want that. Can you please give that to me? All right, I'm gonna have to wait until the vehicles are done using it, I guess, which is, I don't know if that'll ever happen. Because there's this guy coming up, right? And this is, like, I think the only car that's using this right now. The only trolley that is, so I may not be able to take that away. I really wish the game had a way to amend roads instead of deleting them. Like, if I want to put a trolley station here, you know, I wish it would just snap in, you know? Like, if I was to say, here. Like, if I just place this over here, it would, like, adapt it to where, okay, you want a trolley stop there, let's amend this and pay for it to do that. That would be really cool, because then things could just keep going, you know? One thing I might be able to come and pull off here is, because it'll bring things closer, and then I don't have to worry about stoppages. What if I just put the trolley stop, like, right here, next to this, like this? If I was to do that and then bring the trolley bus road across to there, that would probably take care of what I want. Let's just do that. It's cheaper to do this anyway. Okay, so put this across. This is where this trolley stop is. So what we're going to want to do is set up another trolley stop over here. See how this road is all trolley road already? Like, I built this way because I knew I was going to have trolleys coming through here. And so what I'd like to do is I think right about here, we're going to do that amendment for a trolley stop right here. No! It's just no way, dude. It won't let you destroy them. There are one or more vehicles moving on this part of the road. No, there is not. You are a liar. You are a total fib. Fibs. All right, maybe we can. Let's try this. Let's do it here instead. How about that? We'll do it right here. All right. So this is a little bit closer to the buildings and stuff anyway. And right about like this. All right, build that there. And then we just have this road updated to a trolley road. I keep clicking railways because I'm so used to using them. Upgrade this to a trolley road. Okay, so now all of this is trolley, and the other trolleys can do their thing. So what I'd like to do is I want to get... We have multiple planes now, too. I've bought 2 more of these, 154s. I think they're a great balance plane, and I've bought 2 more of them. So now what I want to do is get another one of these trolleys up. Let's get 2 to really make sure. And you know what? Let's buy it with dollars because this one is just better. It has 100 km/h and 90 capacity. I like it. We're going to get 2 of them. And your route is going to be basically going between this stop. I kind of want to have another one over here, too. It just is not enough room for it, but man, would it be cool. I think there's enough people in this area that can go to work here that it will make no difference. But, yeah, no tourists, no students. We can do, we're not loading passengers, we're unloading passengers, and then we're not loading anyone that doesn't have any education. And then we're gonna, actually, no education might work okay here. I think they have to, don't they have to have education to work? I think in our playthrough they do. That's the whole point of the rules that I made before. So we'll unload everybody like this. So this is what I want from this. So we're gonna say go. And then they'll start working here. We're gonna get a tiny bit of coal just to start this off because we're really close to winter. Otherwise I wouldn't do it. So just to get this started, we're gonna buy a little bit here. And it says it doesn't have power, which I find hilarious because it's, you know, right next to this. So we're gonna take a substation and we're just gonna go and say, hey, you wanna have power now? I'm just gonna let this, I'm gonna put this right here and just allow this to exist without any roads. I don't think it needs a road. We'll do the maximum wattage we can here. Right, like this, and straight over, and connect it. All right. So that'll give all these facilities power, and now we have a trolley that's going to go and deliver workers here on an ongoing basis, right? Which is pretty nice. We're going to copy that route to this one, and then we'll have 2 going back and forth. So 2 of these guys going back and forth. And now we just need to hook up the pipes. So 300 cubic meters is what we want. And I've already placed another heater right here. So heat exchange right here. I'm not sure if I need a pump. I'm hoping I don't, but I might. So let's get this to come as far over here as we can. I think we'll be all right here, I think, as long as I can get it to go under the ground. So let's just get it to go underneath this tracks right there. Yep, that's good. And then we can pick it back up if we want to. And that will allow it to be less expensive all the way over. Wow, these heating pipes are so expensive. They're so pricey. Hang on, let me just raise this up even higher. Right there is good. Okay, now we should have a little bit more reasonable cost. Yeah, right there, 713 meters total distance. Sounds good. All right, so that I think is enough to keep this place heated. I think. I'm really hoping it is, because like it's getting there. You know, like I really do need this done. All right. Now, we don't have a road connection for ambulances and fire departments. That's going to be important. So we're going to take this road, and we're just going to go in like that. No big deal. All right. So trolley will let you start now. I think these guys are on a good alternating route at this point. I would hope anyway. We got some people coming in here to work. Very cool. Passengers waiting. Why? There shouldn't be passengers here. Shouldn't be students, shouldn't be tourists. Just workers, please, right here. I don't need anyone else getting, taken anywhere else, basically. Okay, so guy comes in. He's all like, hey, guys, I need workers. And we get 38 workers, and we load them up, and we bring them over here where there is a 30-worker maximum. Beautiful. They're going to have coal already. I'm already providing the supply of it, so it's right there, ready to go. Okay. So the next and last thing to do, I suppose, is to get the rail connections. So we're going to want to get electrified railway, and I'm going to have you deviate from here. Yep, and then you're going to, just to give you, I need to give you length, right? Because you're a really long coal train. So in you go. I'm also going to, I think I'll leave it like this. Yeah, we'll do the route to where you can keep going. It's like a one-way kind of thing. All right, that sounds good. So let that be a thing. And then we will have the signal go this way. Yep. And then we want one signal. Probably doesn't need to chain, but I'll chain it here. And then the signal will be a good clear here and here. Okay, good. That's fine. Everything looks pretty solid here. Let's do one more set of signals here and here, just as like a clear for this right here. Otherwise, if a train stops here, it's going to have to wait until the train gets all the way past this marker in order to leave. So we'll have these two. That should be sufficient. All right. And that's the coal. So now I need to find my coal train somewhere, probably near the coal source is usually what you can expect it to be. And I am pausing this a lot because it's getting close to winter and I don't want people to start freezing. So I want to make sure it's all set up and ready to go. So this is the one that's going to all the different sources and dropping off the coal. Right now it stops at Chernobyl as its last stop. I'm going to have it, Charlabinsk is right there. Perfect. So I'm going to have it take Charlabinsk from that waypoint. It's going to come all the way around over the bridge. Then we're going to have it tag up there to make sure that it goes this direction. And then it will slip into here and do the same thing. Unload 100% of everything. We'll say coal because it's a coal train. Yep. And then from there, you will tag up here to go to Chernobyl. And that's it. That's your route. So we've amended the route. Everything is good. Pretty much every source already has coal. I don't think there's any source that's really super struggling for coal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you, and this is considered Mormorsk, which is not what I'm going to rename this to be Fedoristan, I don't know, Fedoristan coal. I have no idea. This is fine. So I can at least reference it. Okay, so I'm going to have you, if you can. Where are you, locomotive? You're way over here. Okay, so to get over there right now would be a struggle. I think I'm just going to let you have your route and just do the route the way you're going to do it so that you don't miss anything. It is close to winter. Maybe some things are lacking. And again, we have a supply here just to make sure. And we'll go ahead and just do a little bit more, really, just to make sure it doesn't run out. So now all we need to do is wait for the workers to get here. And you can see we've got a bus of 38 workers, I suppose. They're going to be dropped off right over here to work in this. And then there's that. So, and then we have two of them, so there's a constant supply. So if these guys, end their shift or something, and they're out and waiting, there's already another bus that's dropped off additional workers. So I like that a lot. All right, what's going on with this train? All right, so it's probably the Iskatambula train again, messing things up. It's got to be the Iskatambula train. Yeah. Iskatambula train doing nonsense things. Although this time it's actually heading the right direction, so I'm unsure as to why everybody's stopping here. I think this is useless. Yeah, I think this stop right here is actually pretty pointless. We don't need that signal because this is already going to be a two-way and there's no reason to do that. So I think that's the elimination of a signal that's going to help us. It does mean that some trains have to wait a little bit longer to leave, but what it does mean is that they don't get hung up anymore because you see the passenger trains, they're all heading the same direction. So the only thing that was really a problem there was this guy coming in here. This is my railroad supply train. It's responsible for bringing prefab panels and steel to this location, which you can see it's out. So that train needs to get there and do it. And that's why we are not constructing any rails right now. This is getting pretty close to done. This one right here. It's all the way to here. And I could probably just say, the hell with it, build it. But it's $142,000. I don't want to spend that. Okay. So we've taken care of heat. You can see the tank is getting warmer. That's what we want to see. Everything getting warmer. Let's take a look really quick at the exchanger. It says 52%. Okay. I want to see the heat layout. And there we go. Everything is getting, well, not everything. It's a reasonable temperature, though. 16C? I actually wish it was 16C in my house right now. Because, well, I'm just sweating I'm just sweating a lot. It's really warm now, I know if it was actually 16 Celsius, I probably would complain that it's too cold, but yeah. In any case, this is getting warmer now too, and heating should be taken care of pretty much universally. Yeah, there we go. Everything's getting warmed up. Now, as the water gets warm, so too shall our buildings. All right, good. That's there's a little bit of pollution there, but it's far enough away from people that I think it'll be all right. All right. So we took care of heat. That's what I wanted to do today. Next is a new industry area. So I'm coming over here, or rather agricultural area. So over here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 big fields and 3 medium fields. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a new clothing operation, because at the moment, the only place we're getting clothing made is way over there. And that's actually not doing half bad. There's 20 tons of clothing still in this warehouse, and the train keeps coming in and robbing it. I would like to keep this full and have a new clothing place. So probably, our food train, as it's making its rounds, we'll probably have a clothing train make its rounds too, just because. And but I'd like to get a new operation set up for that. So these crops are going to be used for fabric production, as well as making clothes. And we're going to need fabric for other things, which you'll see later on in the video, because we're going to start making things that take fabric too. So I haven't actually played around with positioning on anything yet. I mostly just kind of laid in the foundation for things to get them to start building the roads and stuff. But now I'm, looking for what do I have to do, right, to make this happen. The fabric factory is going to need chemicals. Thankfully, our chemical train is more than sufficient. We are making chemicals that can provide it for every industry we're doing, so we're fine there. And then the clothing just needs the fabric. So why don't we take clothing factory? We need a couple of things. I need the clothing to go immediately into a warehouse so it can be picked up by a train. So I think the one thing I should do here is set up our passenger train, cargo train station combo that we have over there, right? And we can do that. I haven't used this function yet, and I'm going to now because I haven't done it yet. We're going to take copy area. We're just going to go like this. Oh, hang on. That's not what I want to do. Why is it not copying everything? Here you go. Copy. Oh, you're being dumb. Here. Maybe I'm being dumb. Right here. Boom. Yay! Haven't used this tool yet. You can totally clone things. I just haven't really cared to do it yet. So this little arrangement worked out pretty well before. We're going to need people to work at these factories, and we need to load up on the goods for these factories. So I'm going to have this be, I think, flipped around like this. And that way the people could work in we're going to have fabric factories back here, clothing factories here, and then the warehouses for those will be here too. So we'll put this kind of, probably want the rail to go alongside the road. So how about we put it like right about here? Let's not do this with rubles, just for a second. So we'll go about like that. Okay. So assuming this is the case, the rails for this, just want to make sure everything clears. The rails are going to go this direction. Probably want to curve them just a little bit. And then we're going to have you wrap around like that. There we go. And like that. Perfect. All right. So assuming that is the case, the rails all fit in nice and neatly. So they just deviate from this. I could maybe make this a 3-wide track just to ensure that the oil train and the 2 gravel trains don't interfere with our clothing supply, but because they're each using a different rail, right? These are 2-way rails, so it's possible we could get some interference there. What I might do instead is take the track and have a dedicated track for the clothing, so like 1. And ooh, what if I had you go this direction around the water? And then come in from this side. It's going to get in the way of my fabric factories and stuff. I don't want to do that. Never mind. We'll deal with it, all right? If I have to add a 3rd track, it's not that big of a deal. And then we can have the oil, or we can have the gravel train use the other track, and then it'll be fine. Okay, so what we want to do is have, where is it? Various industry fabric factories. So these are going to each take 20 tons of crops and a half ton of chemicals. They don't use that much chemicals. It'll be fine. We're going to have, I think, we're going to go fabric factory. It needs to be close enough to the passengers, right? For the trains. let me dink around with this a little bit, because I have a feeling this is going to require a lot of building repositions and playing around with different arrangements, and I don't want to occupy the entire video with that. Plus, I have an entirely new industry that I want to open up at the end of this video, and we're already like 25 minutes in. So let me just play around with this real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what I initially came up with, okay? This is not what we're going to go with, but I wanted to show you sort of where I was going with this. I have 6 clothing factories, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to figure out, like, can I do this truckless, right? Can I not use trucks? And what I've kind of come to realize here is that using trucks actually saves a lot of space, and it provides more flexibility for expansion later. And I wanted to show you that, but this is the difference. So we have all these different factory connections right through here with forklift garages and stuff to kind of bring things around. The train would drop off some of our resources over here, the chemicals namely, and then this factory connection would then take things out, and then we would get into some fabric factories and stuff over here with the grain silos. But these are all the clothing factories that we have here, and there are 6 of them, and then this is a road that takes things around and wraps around and all that stuff. So this is what it was, okay? And I think you'll see there's a huge difference between trying to do it truckless like we have in so many places and how much room that takes up compared to adopting or embracing trucks as a good resource, especially when it's in sort of a closed circuit. Like, nothing else truck-wise is going to come in here, and really the trucks that are in here are never really going to leave. And when you have that situation, which is not like the steel was going to be, you can be much more organized and have a lot more buildings in the same space. So if we were going to adopt trucks, if we were going to embrace trucks, then this is more what it can look like. So in this situation, we actually have 7 clothing factories. And I decided on 7 because I can connect it on this side of this warehouse, but also decided on 7 because there's that little bit of overflow that comes from each of these 3 clothing factories, right? So if you don't remember the ratio, let me show you. Fabric factory at maximum capacity can make 5 tons of fabric, but the clothing factory is only going to consume 2.4. So there's a little bit of extra fabric that's being created, and we're likely going to have a full warehouse of fabric if we keep doing that. So I'm embracing this by having a 7th clothing factory. Now, we are going to be introducing an industry that will use fabric, but they won't be using very much fabric. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. But I just wanted to show you, like, we have expansion room now, right? There is room to grow here, although you won't be able to get it directly connected to these 2 warehouses, which are directly connected to the cargo train station. But this is a lot more organized. We have the clothing factories directly connected to the warehouses, so they'll always fill them up with no forklifts being needed. And the only difference is really here is that we have 2 gas stations so that the trucks can refuel themselves. And then I don't think I needed to do this. I probably could have done this another way, but I just decided to go ahead and do it. I'm going to adapt, I'm going to adapt this train track because our fuel train is full all the time, pretty much on its route. I'm going to go ahead and have it kind of zip into here and connect to this rail that's already built. And it's going to whip around and refuel here and then go back where it was. And I kind of want to keep it separate from this, so I haven't really decided if I'm going to connect this or not. But the idea being that if the train wanted to continue, it could. But generally speaking, I think it's probably better just to make this a 4-way intersection and to allow the train to enter and exit accordingly from this point. Because we already basically have the rail infrastructure in place. The other idea I had was to use the oil factory and to have a pipe, take it direct to another pump, of course, and then pump it to a tank, which would then be referenced, so there's no need for the train. Cost-wise, I think that is a lot more money because we already have the train, and it is already it already is not using all of its fuel, right? Like this is full now because it's at the beginning of its route, but at the end of its route, it still has like 300 tons left. And then this tank is full. So we're not going to run out of fuel. Actually, both of these tanks are full. Wow. Hello, hello. We might be able to want to start exporting some of that fuel. But yeah, in any case, yeah, we're gonna bring it in here and we'll hook it up into this tank, and then that tank will, go to this pump, and then the trucks in this distribution center can just refuel these and it'll be fine. In any case, in order to work these fields, we need an agro farm. So let's take a look at that really quick. And we're just gonna go agro farm. I think you really only need one here. Having two does not really make a whole lot of sense, I don't think. So we're gonna put one right here. And what we'll do is we'll have this have probably 3 harvesters, 3 sewing machines, if you will, and then a couple of trucks to bring it to these grain silos, these crop silos, and then the crops get pulled direct into here. These are fabric factories. So the only thing the fabric factories will not be able to pull in themselves is chemicals. And since we are not being truckless anymore, we'll have a couple of the trucks that are here inside this distribution center. Since it's really only providing for 2 gas stations anyway, we're gonna have a couple of the trucks that are here be meant to keep these guys full of chemicals. And then the chemicals just get brought into that warehouse over here on this side. So there you go. That's kind of it. Yeah, and then the fabric, if we wanted, because we need fabric delivered here too, right? So what we should do, since these guys are making fabric, but they're going to be kind of full and they're not really filling a warehouse automatically, we're going to need some trucks. We're going to have 3 dedicated trucks that are just going to wait until full and then bring it, right? And that's it. So there's 3 that are going to do this. So we'll take warehouse, and I think what we're going to do is we'll just go with, I think, 2 of these. Yeah. We'll go 2 of these. We'll say one is right here and one is right here. Maybe on this side like this. Yeah. And then we'll hook up both of these to a road cargo station, which will have access to both of these for the purposes of, moving this stuff around. I really wish the intakes for this road cargo station was a little bit different, but it's not. This is fine. We don't need anything different here, like this. So connect that there, connect this there. That looks a little cleaner to me. And then the road is gonna just come in right here. So the workflow, right? Train comes in, takes the clothing, off it goes. Okay, duh. For the rest of the supplies, train comes in with chemicals, drops it off, leaves, goes back, does its own thing, whatever the chemical train's doing. And trucks will probably be only 1 tanker truck here for refueling. And the 1 tanker truck will just manage these 2. It's really close, no big deal. 2 of the trucks will be used to move chemicals into the fabric factories. And then 2 of the trucks will be used... well, actually, we don't need it. Yeah, because these are going to be dedicated trucks. It's just wait here till full, then cross the road. Wait till full, cross the road. Wait till full. No, not cross the road, but you know what I mean. Yeah. It'll do its thing, right? So there you go. That's our fabric stuff. And we're going to let them build a lot of the stuff with resources just to kind of let that go. It's there's a lot of stuff to do. And since it's winter, we're not going to be able to work these fields anyway. If it gets to March and we're not done yet with stuff, which we probably won't be, then I'll just pay for whatever it takes to get the agro farm up and running and to get them harvesting and putting crops in here. And then everything else still stays... with resources, and that'll be fine. Okay, the final bit for this video then. We are going to start working in this area. It's going to be resource space too, so probably going to let the game run a lot before the next video, but there might be a couple of days, right? But there's an industry here that we're going to start. And I've been thinking about it. Which ones should we do and all that? And I've come up with and decided... we are going to get into an engineering industry. These are the end game industries, right? This is where everything culminates to this point, right? And we are going to be producing our own trains. We're going to build our own trains. So there's a vehicle production line, a railway production line, a dry dock to make your own ships, and an airplane line to make your own airplanes, right? All that stuff is there, yeah. So the railway production line is a very big building. It's very expensive, and it needs a nice flat space. So we're gonna have to do something with that too, but I'm gonna put it right here. Now, amongst all the industries and how much pollution that they do, the dry dock does nothing. So you can put this right in with people, and the dry dock has zero pollution. It's pretty cool. So I'm probably gonna put that really close to civilization. The airplane production line is the biggest polluter. Takes a lot of stuff there. And it's also fairly heavy on electronics. 87 tons of electronics is what it can store in its warehouse. Railway, the warehouse capacity is not indicative of how much you're going to use. I'm sorry. Railway production line tends to be right alongside with the vehicle production line. It's mostly the same. It's not that significant of a difference. It's maybe 60% more than vehicle, but vehicles are already not producing that much pollution. 18.8 tons a year for the railway. 56.8 for the airplane. So the airplane production line, as you might have guessed a long time ago, that's going way over here. And that's going to go over in this spot. Because when you make the airplanes, if you want to ship them out, you got to... All right, you are coming in way too steep. Yeah, there's like no way you're landing. Like, what are you doing, man? Yeah, is this like driver's training for pilots here? Is this flight school? All right, I think you messed up on that one. You might want to come around again. But yeah, this is going to go over here. And then when you make the airplanes, they just taxiway onto the runway and they lift off and they go. So that's a really easy way to do it. For the railway production line, I'm going to have the road kind of positioned about here. I think right about here is close to where I want it. I don't know if it's exact, but we'll space it out and see. So I'm going to go ahead and let's take it about like this. We're going to terraform the ground a little bit with our own excavator because we can. We're just going to make it flat. And then I have to have enough room to do something, though. So I'm going to have to pull this back just a little bit, I think. Again, this is a polluter, so we're going to kind of start introducing a little bit less on the whole health problems thing, but I want it close enough to where we can have a consistent workforce without necessarily needing them to take public transport. So I'm thinking like right about here should do it. I might angle. No, I think it's going to be here. Let's just try this location and see how it works. And it's not bad. It won't affect these guys, I don't think, but pollution-wise, it's going to hit these guys a little bit. It's 18.8 tons a year. It's not the worst we've seen. It's certainly not. It's not like I'm putting an oil refinery next to it, and there's an oil refinery right over here. It's a little bit further away. So, yeah, okay. So when this thing is producing vehicles, it's going to take plastics, which we're already bringing in here, and have mostly full, I think, storage of it. Well, I guess not, because these are using it, right? Ooh, what's going on with my plastics train? Hang on. I have to take a look at this. What are you doing? This is the food train. I really wish I could recolor the box cars, man. This is my electronics train. I mean, where is it? You. Are you not picking up plastics? Wait a minute. What's going on with plastics? Let me see this really quick. Cannot store or export plastics. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of them here. Are we really using that many? I think we are. I might have to up the number of cars that are taking it, because these are using more than I thought they would be. It's only to produce electronics. It's not that big of a deal, and we're full storage on it anyway. But good to know. I'm gonna tweak that. Good to know. Anyway, it's gonna take plastics. It's also gonna take mechanical components. We're good to go on that. We're producing tons of those. It takes electrical components. We're producing tons of those as well. It's going to take very small amounts of fabric, actually. Like, I'm talking like fractions of a ton, like micro fractions of a ton per vehicle. It's not that big on fabrics. But we can take the fabrics from here and bring them over here anyway with a single truck. Like, I could probably take one truckload and bring it over here, and then that's done for like 3 trains. All right, it's not a lot of fabric. So that's pretty much it. And then there's a lot of steel, which we're making right here. And we're gonna start making a lot more of now because we're gonna use a ton of steel for the trains. So to do that, where I'm getting with this is I need 2 warehouses, okay? And the first one I think I'm gonna place right about here. Ooh, this is so close. I don't know about this. Might be too close. We'll see. As close as I can get this. Right, like... Wow, you'll connect, really? That's cool. I did not think you would connect that close. Sweet. And then I'm gonna switch this around, have the road face this direction. And we're gonna get this as tight as we can. Now, it can't be too tight, because then I can't get the road in, so... Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Right about like this. And then I want road cargo here, if I can. Come on. There it is. Got it. All right. So road cargo here, and then it just splits and comes down. Okay. So what we end up with is 2 warehouses. This will store probably like mechanical components. I think the plastics, we use quite a bit of those, I think. So we'll probably end up with like plastics sharing a warehouse with fabric. And then mechanical components and electrical components will share. And then we need steel. And I might even have a rail bring in the steel because, well, the open storage for steel has a rail connection. So I might do that. It's right here next to the train line too. But also, like, we're just going to need a lot of steel. The trains take a lot of steel. So I might do it here, actually. This will be an okay spot because it's closer for the trucks to bring it if we want to. But also, like, this rail, we can make a different intersection out of this, I think. I think it's about time. We maybe reorganize this just a little bit, but I'm going to put this right like this. Yep. And then we will have... Hey there, game save. We'll have this road go there. Okay, so this hooks up storage and all the stuff that we need for making our own trains. The last step here then is just to get the railway hooked up, which I think, again, I'm going to probably remake this whole intersection area. Just so that it better caters to this. But in general, we just need a big train with a big flatbed capacity to come in and pick up trains and take the trains to the border and sell them. And that's it. Or we can choose to use the trains, especially if they're electric. I think they'll be usable right away, I think. Don't quote me on that. We might have to deliver them to a depot first, but I haven't really investigated that so much. I'm also noticing because of where this road is that I won't be able to get that rail. So I'm going to need to adjust that. And I think I'm going to just bring the rail like this first. Just in case I want to use it like that. And then I'll bring the road in from there. Ooh. Ah, fancy. All right. I'm going to have to do something different with this road. But this one, for this road... Right, we want you to come in as close to this as possible. Yeah, as close to this as possible. And then I want you to wrap as tightly as you can this direction. So we're going to end up being like this. And the idea behind that is if I can get this actually upgraded to a street road. This one's going to upgrade to street. This one's going to upgrade to street. And then what I want is for walking paths to go like between here. Right? And then we'll get some... Well, we'll kind of get some consistent workforce. Because a lot of these guys, you know, they complain they don't have a job and all that. So we can give them consistent work by just doing that. Right? And now that I've made these walking paths, we could even have some of these guys will make their way over here to just work on these construction projects and stuff too. Not the roads. I'm gonna build the roads myself like this, but the construction projects themselves take workforces, and if they're already nearby, we can just do that, right? So there you go. 3 new places. We have, before the winter started, we have heat already happening, looking good with a consistent workforce for that, and coal. Well, coal hasn't been delivered because I've been paused a lot, but I would like to see the coal train do its thing. So I'll keep an eye on that. I did set the route and stuff after all. We have plenty of tourism happening, multiple planes, bringing tourists in. Very nice. We got our rail network, our rail construction yards and stuff. It's going to start, so that's going to be good. And then at the end, actually, if I do this, hang on, I think I got a better idea with this. The storage, if I flip it around, then I can just use the other side that's not, yeah, like this. Well, no, because it's still on that side, dude. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't I go the other way and wrap around? And that's just, it's so long. Like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way, you know, a better way. Whatever. I'll dink around with it and see if I can get steel in there. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm going to let this run for quite a while to get things done. So it might be a little bit before the next video. But and I'm not afraid to just spend the money and get it going, too. So a lot of this is going to get started, you know, in March of the year or whatever. We're going to make sure the agro farm is up and running and ready to tend the fields. There's some other roads I have to make to get, you know, access to these fields. So we'll go like this and then like that, for example, right? So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, and that's what we're doing. So there you go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.